Red tails, tandem seats, and transit vans are just some of the new releases from last week in the world of simulation. Hi there, folks. My name's NovaWrap24, and welcome to the NovaWrap, your one-stop location for all your simulation release news and goings-on from the week that was. So here we are on Sunday, the 3rd of March 2024, for another action-packed episode, and we're going to jump straight into it with some releases in the scenery world for Microsoft Flight Simulator, starting with developer MK Studios with the release of their rendition of Barcelona-El Airport in the heart of Catalonia. Catalonia. My apologies. I don't want to anger all of our Spanish audience. Anyway, moving on. So this airport is Spain's second busiest airport and provides an important hub connecting Spain to Europe and the rest of the world. And this rendition from MK Studios provides us with an accurate representation of the airport as it appears in 2023, with all airport buildings modelled, including a detailed terminal interior. Includes fully operational VDGS devices, as well as handcrafted 3D models of all airport buildings, jetways, and airport facilities, utilizing a custom 30cm per pixel satellite imagery for the whole airport, as well as custom elevation data for the airport and surrounding area. Looking at this one overall, it looks pretty good. I sort of can't really fault it too much. It looks pretty good. The airport textures and the buildings look very, very detailed. The interior looks like they've done an incredible job modeling it as well. And overall, if you're a tube liner pilot, this is probably going to be an airport that you want to visit. So if you want to pick this one up, you can pick this one up for $16 US or your original equivalent, available now from Sim Market. Continuing on with large international airport releases, the team over at Time Models released their rendition of Manchester Airport for Microsoft Flight Simulator this week. So they previously, I believe, had released this one for, I want to say it's X-Plane, but they've now brought it over into Microsoft Flight Simulator. This, once again, gives us a highly detailed rendition of the airport as it appears in 2023, with custom PBR markings, ground markings, and textures used throughout, as well as custom airport lighting, all airport buildings modeled, and a very detailed airport interior has been included with this one as well. Now, the model quality of this one looks really, really good. Like overall, like the interior looks fantastic. Everything that I can tell from the modeling looks absolutely amazing. The only thing that I did notice though is one of the blessings and the curses of using photoreal imagery when you're doing texturing in a simulator is that the apron, you can very much tell that they've used photoreal imagery on that one, which, good on them for using that as a reference. But using it in the sim has its challenges because you can see where someone's gone over and tried to, erase the aircraft that were parked on the ramp at the time. So it's one of the blessings and the curses of using photoreal imagery and stuff like this rather than custom creating the textures. Your opinions may vary on that one. We get it. We see it every day in the sim from the auto-generated airports and a lot of other developers. So I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying it's just something to be aware of. But anyway, if you wanted to pick this one up, you can pick this one up for $20 or your original equivalent, available now from Sim Market. Continuing on with airport releases now, this time from PK Sim. So with this week saw them release their edition of Melilla Airport in North Africa. So this is an interesting part of this one. So this is a autonomous area. It's actually a Spanish, I was about to say outpost. I suppose that's not really the right thing. Autonomous area, I think, may be the way to do it. But it's one of us, I think it's 3 Spanish territories that are in North Africa. And this one gives us a highly detailed rendition of the international airport that services this particular city as on the eastern side of Cape Three Forks. It borders Morocco. So if you're looking at flying somewhere different into North Africa, this could be something that you might want to pick up. So it's a small sort of airport that takes both regional operators and some of the medium to larger airliners. This gives us, there's not really a huge description of this one, but looking at the images that they've provided, the detail of it looks pretty good overall. Like they're using custom ground poly. The ground textures look really, really good. All looks like, from a quick look on Google Maps, it looks like that all the airport buildings are modeled. And overall, this one does really look really good. It's complete with a custom interior for the main airport terminal. And if you want to add this one to your collection, you pick this one up for $17 or your original equivalent, available now from Sim Markets. Continuing on with airport releases now, and moving on to moving further. Well, staying in Africa, but moving further south. So this week we saw the release of Mwanga Nkumbula International Airport in Zambia. Previously, that was known as Livingston Airport. So no doctor jokes here. Anyway, so this is looks like a highly detailed rendition. Like, there's absolutely zip when it comes to the description of what is in this. In terms of, again, just doing a quick bit of research here before making the video, it looks like that all the airport buildings are models, and I've got to say that the detail of the buildings, both internally and externally, is pretty damn spectacular. This is a level of detail of the interiors that I don't think I have seen from anybody. However, what that does lead me to is a bit of a concern when I was looking at the exterior, like the actual airport grounds, because it very much looks like it's just simply overlaying itself over the top of the default Microsoft Flight Simulator photoreal imagery, and the blending between the custom tarmac and the custom apron that they have put into this and that surrounding photoreal, to be honest, isn't great. So that, for me, is a bit of a juxtaposition. Like, I can see the developer's done a huge amount of detail work on the actual interior and bringing the airport itself, the airport experience and the ground to life, but they seem to have forgotten that this is a flight sim, and we spend a lot of time on the approach and taxiing and stuff like that, and that's probably where maybe a bit more effort should have been placed. But having said that, the developer has said that this is basically an early access release, and they're claiming that this is only 70% completed. So will we see that improve over time? I don't know. That's something that only time will tell. But if you want to give it a try and see what it's like in its current state, you can pick this one up for $15 or your original equivalent, available now from Sim Markets. Rounding out the airport releases for Microsoft Flight Simulator this week, this time from developer Spinoza. So this week, the release of their edition of Nantucket Memorial Airport. Funnily enough, on the island of Nantucket in Massachusetts. I want to say there's some song about a man from Nantucket, but I can't remember it at the moment. Anyway, moving on. So this is a airport here that apparently is the second busiest airport in the state of Massachusetts, after Logan International Airport, but it is primarily from corporate-based travel rather than RPT services. RPT services do visit it, but it is primarily servicing the BizJet community. So for those of you who, perhaps like me, when you are flying airliner type aircraft, you prefer BizJets over airliners, then this might be one that you might want to explore. No real details. Again, like, this is getting really annoying with the fact that developers just don't put any details about any features of their products. It's getting kind of annoying, getting kind of old. Anyway, but from looking at the imagery that's been supplied, this does look pretty damn good. It's using custom ground poly, custom ground textures throughout. Overall, like, all buildings look really highly detailed. You've got custom figures throughout, really bringing the airport scenery to life. The custom night lighting is also pretty impressive as well. So overall, this is definitely looking like a pretty good airport. Most of the blending between the custom ground poly and the photoreal and the surrounding environment looks pretty solid as well. So overall, this one is looking pretty good. So if you are a BizJet flyer, or even a GA pilot, you are probably going to, and you enjoy visiting that part of the US, then you may want to really seriously consider picking this one up. Now, if you want to pick this one up, you can pick this one up for $18 or your original equivalent, available now from Sim Market. Now, sticking with Microsoft Flight Simulator, but moving on to a different product now. This week we saw the release from Marine Flight Sim of their transit van for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Yes, you heard that correctly. Yes, you got a transit van. Yes, it is a car. So the developer in question, Marine Flight Sim, has been basically they produced boats. Funnily enough, goes with their name. They produce a lot of boats for Microsoft Flight Simulator in the past, and this is their third road vehicle. Your mileage may vary about how you want to do this. I mean, I'm not knocking including vehicles other than aircraft in Microsoft Flight Simulator because I can absolutely attest, going all the way back to FSX days, that having other vehicles, whether they be ships, whether they be ground vehicles, cars, tanks, whatever, it does give you a different perspective to be able to explore the world in. So I'm not knocking the fact that it's there, but yeah, it is interesting with this one. But it obviously doesn't appeal to everybody. But if you do want to, immerse yourself in a bit more immersion experience and be able to drive cargo around the airport and deliver it to various other aircraft in the sim, like for example, if you want to be able to take a FedEx van and drive it from the FedEx warehouse at an airport and drive it out to and actually load it into the aircraft, then maybe then this is a great way to do that. Personally, some of the liveries they've included are hilarious. I think they're great. So yeah, if you're wanting to look at Microsoft Flight Simulator from a different perspective, you can pick this one up for $14 or original equivalent, available now from Sim Market. Now, rounding out the Microsoft Flight Simulator releases this week, a bit of self-promotion here. So this is a livery pack that I have recently released. So this is a Red Tails livery pack for the Reno expansion pack P51D. So this pack produces or recreates 5 airframes from the 332nd Fighter Group during the Second World War in their time as the Tuskegee Airmen. And during their deployment into Italy in 1945. So this includes 5 very unique aircraft with a lot of history and a lot of detail, a lot of research went into these. As I said, these are available for the Reno Air Races expansion default P51D. No, they will not work with the other P51Ds that you can get with that, the full collection. No, I will not be modifying them to do that. Sorry, they're actually different models. So no, this is the base P51D. This is a custom rework of the textures that come with the default P51D. With that P51D, by the way, there's not just slapping a couple decals on it. This is custom retexturing throughout with full effects applied. So if you are looking at picking this one up, I'm releasing this one. Normally it is $5 Australian, but at the moment I'm offering it as a free release for the next week over on Orbix Direct. So you can pick that one and add that to your collection if you so desire at Orbix Direct, available now. Moving out of Microsoft Flight Simulator now, moving into the world of X-Plane. The team over at V-Sky Labs released the latest in their test pilot series with a release of their Scheibe SF28A Tandem-Falke. So the Falke is a glider, sort of a motorized glider type aircraft that has been around for ages and has been well known in European aviation circles. I believe less known outside of Europe, but very popular in Europe. And this is a rendition of a tandem variant of this one, which has in-line seating rather than side-by-side seating. It's designed with a custom 3D model, custom accurate 3D model with accurate flight dynamics, simulated systems from the real aircraft, as well as a fully functional front and rear cockpits. It's designed to be accessible to both beginner and expert pilots, and you can get the experience of flying a motor glider in X-Plane 12. It is designed to make use of the experimental flight model settings in X-Plane, so just so you are aware of that one, and it does have support for a highly detailed FMOD sound package recorded from an actual aircraft. Now, if you want to pick this one up, you can pick this one up for, normally it is $30, but it's on a launch special for $20 or your original equivalent, available now at xplane.org. Continuing on with X-Plane releases now, the team over at Skyline Simulations this week released their rendition of Queen Tamar Airport in Georgia. Now, I'm not going to lie, I looked at this airport, looked at the photos of this one, and went, what the actual... It is a very interesting airport, that's for sure. The architecture of the terminal and tower is, shall we say, unique, to put it mildly. But a quick look on Google Maps has told me that, yes, that is what it's like. And this is an airport that is designed to serve the region around the Mestitala River and supports the Hataslava and Tetnulde ski resorts during the winters. In Soviet times, apparently, it was this town was serviced only by air due to impassable mountain valleys, due to the impassable mountain valleys' remoteness. Now, in terms of details, custom ground poly, custom terrain data compiled off the latest OSM data, custom terrain mesh for all airport buildings models, including the very unique terminal building, and as well as modeling the airport, it is also modeled the surrounding area and surrounding village to give you a more immersive experience. Custom night lighting has been included, with custom orthophotography has been included for the airport and surrounding area. Now, if you want to pick this one up, you can add this one to your collection for $10 or your original equivalent, available now from Sim Market. Now, leaving behind the world of flight simulation and moving into the permanent way to round out the NovaWrap for this week, from developer Just Trains, we saw the release this week of their rendition of the China Railways HXD1 electric locomotive. So this is a high-power electric freight unit created by Siemens and CRC based on the Euro Sprinter platform. This gives us a highly detailed rendition of the HXD1 with a state-of-the-art and accurate modelling of the driver's cab, with complete modelling of a variety of integrated systems, including the anti-drowsiness vigilance system. I need that while I'm working, I really do. Anyway, automatic train protection and switchable dynamic pantograph height, LKJ supervision, and audible driver alerts and other features. Along with the main electric motive unit, you also get a selection of freight rolling stock, including the C62 gondola, P54 freight car, and NX70A wagons, and G60K oil tankers. You get 8 scenarios are included with this train as well. So you get 5 scenarios for the Longhai Railway and 3 scenarios for the Southwest China High-Speed Railway, both purchasable separately. Now, if you want to add this one to your collection, you can pick this one up for $25 or your original equivalent, available now on Steam. And with that, folks, that does now round out the NovaWrap this week. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, as always, to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying these videos and want to see more. And of course, as always, you can catch up with me and all the things I'm up to between videos by finding me on Facebook and on Twitter and on Twitch. Just search NovaWrap24. All right, folks, thanks very much for watching. Take care, safe skies to all, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.